Dear Heavenly Father, in the quiet hush of this sacred hour, when the world rests in slumber and the veil of night still lingers before the first light of dawn, I lift my heart to you. The silence around me is profound, yet within it, I sense your presence, gentle, unwavering, and near. The stillness of this moment is not empty but full, filled with the whisper of your love, the weight of your grace, and the quiet assurance that you are here. Before the day awakens, before the first light spills across the horizon, I come to you in reverence and surrender. I come not with hurried words or restless thoughts, but with a soul open and longing, yearning to draw near to you. This hour is yours, Lord, set apart for listening, for resting in the embrace of your mercy, for lifting my spirit toward the heavens where you reign in unshaken glory. You are the keeper of time, the one who called the morning into being, who set the stars in their courses and commanded the sun to rise. You are the God of all beginnings, the giver of life and breath, the one who knows the depths of my heart and the path that lies before me. And so, as I stand on the threshold of a new day, I pause here in your presence, whispering my gratitude into the quiet, letting my soul rest before the unfolding of another day. Thank you, Father, for the gift of life anew, for the breath that fills my lungs, for the steady beat of my heart. Thank you for the grace that carried me through yesterday, for the mercies that will sustain me today, for the love that surrounds me even when I fail to see it. Your kindness is unfailing, your patience endless, your faithfulness beyond all measure. You are my refuge, my ever-present help, my unshaken foundation when the ground beneath me trembles. I come to you, Lord, with a heart both grateful and needy, for though I am richly blessed, I am also deeply aware of my frailty. I carry burdens, known and unknown, and I lay them before you now. I bring my worries, my doubts, my fears, those quiet anxieties that whisper in the corners of my soul. I bring my sins, the ones I confess openly and the ones I barely dare to name. I bring my regrets, my shortcomings, my moments of weakness, and I lay them at your feet, knowing that your mercy is vast enough to cover them all. Forgive me, Father, for the times I have strayed, for the moments when I have allowed fear to overshadow my faith, for the words left unsaid and the ones spoken in haste. Wash over me with your cleansing grace, renew my spirit, and guide me in the way everlasting. Let me not be bound by yesterday's failings, but step forward in the freedom of your redemption, walking in the light of your truth. In this sacred hour, before the world stirs, I seek your guidance. Illuminate my path, Lord, that I may walk in wisdom and righteousness. Be the voice that whispers to my heart, the hand that steadies me when I waver, the strength that upholds me when I grow weary. I do not know what this day will hold, but you do, and so I surrender it to you. Every conversation, every decision, every moment yet to unfold. Lead me where you will. Shape my heart to align with yours, and grant me the discernment to follow where you call. Fill me with love, Father, the kind that mirrors your own, unconditional, patient, and kind. Let me love not just in word but in action, not just those who are easy to love, but even those who challenge me. Teach me to see others as you see them, to extend grace as you have extended it to me, to be an instrument of peace in a world that so often seeks division. Let my words build up and not tear down. Let my presence bring comfort and not strife. Let my hands serve rather than seek to be served. I ask for strength, Father, for the battles I do not yet see, for the challenges that lie ahead. Not strength that relies on my own willpower, but the kind that is rooted in you. A strength made perfect in weakness. A strength that does not falter in the face of trials. When I am weary, renew me. When I am afraid, embolden me. When I am tempted to despair, Anchor me in hope. Let my faith be unwavering, my trust in you unshaken, my spirit steadfast in the assurance that you are with me. And so, in this quiet communion, I rest in you, Lord. I breathe in the peace of this moment, the certainty that I am seen, that I am known, that I am held in the embrace of a love that will never let me go. The night fades, the morning draws near, and with it, the promise of new mercies, new grace, new opportunities to walk in step with you. May this day be yours. Father, may my heart remain tethered to you, my thoughts fixed upon your goodness, my soul at rest in the knowledge that no matter what comes, I do not walk alone. And so, Lord, as I remain in this moment of quiet communion, my soul lingers in the presence of your endless love. The night is yet to fully retreat, and the first whispers of morning light still lie hidden beyond the horizon. Yet, within me, there is already the stirring of dawn, a quiet awakening, not of the body alone, but of the spirit, drawn ever deeper into the vastness of your mercy. You are here, closer than breath, nearer than my very thoughts. And in this stillness, I know that I am known, not just in the ways that the world may know me, by name, by face, by words spoken or deeds done, but in the way that only you, my Creator, can truly know. You perceive the unspoken longings, the quiet sighs, the burdens carried in silence. There is no corner of my heart that is hidden from you, no fear too small, no sorrow too deep that you do not see. And so, I release them all. Father, every weight upon my shoulders, every lingering doubt, every anxious thought that seeks to steal my peace, I let them fall away in the light of your presence. Like mist before the rising sun, I surrender not because I am defeated, but because I am held by a love that has never wavered, never faltered, never turned away, held by the hands that formed the heavens, that painted the sky with morning's first colors, that fashioned the earth and all within it. Teach me, Lord, how to rest in that love, how to let go of striving, of the need to prove, of the fear that whispers I am not enough. For in you, I am already enough, not by my own merit, not by my own strength, but by the boundless grace that calls me your beloved. It is not by my own doing that I stand before you, but by the invitation of the one who has called me by name, who has written my story with a hand far steadier than my own. And if you have called me, Lord, if you have willed that I wake this day, then surely there is purpose in this breath, in this moment, in all that is to come. You are not a God of accidents, not a God of aimless wanderings. You are the God who orders the stars, who numbers the grains of sand, who sees the smallest sparrow fall. And if you care for even these, how much more do you care for me? Let that truth sink deep into my soul. Lord, let it silence every voice of doubt, every whisper of unworthiness. Let it be the song that carries me through this day, the anchor that holds me fast when the winds of uncertainty rise. I do not need to know what lies ahead to trust the one who holds tomorrow in his hands. And so, I ask not for answers, but for trust, not for ease, but for endurance, not for a path without obstacles, but for the strength to walk it with unwavering faith. For I know, Father, that the journey with you is not one of comfort but of calling, not one of ease but of purpose. To follow you is to step into the unknown, to walk by faith and not by sight, to surrender my plans in favor of the greater story you are writing. Let my life be written by your hand. Lord, let each page be filled with the ink of your grace, each chapter a testament to your faithfulness. Let me not grasp too tightly to my own understanding, but instead, loosen my grip and place my trust fully in you. For I have seen enough of your goodness to know that whatever you ordain is better than what I would choose for myself. Even in the trials, even in the waiting, even in the moments where the road is unclear. You are good. You are good when the sun shines and when the storm rages, when the path is smooth and when the way is steep. Your goodness is not measured by my circumstances, but by the unchanging nature of who you are. And who you are is faithful, merciful, kind, and sovereign over all. Let me live today in light of that truth. Let me walk in the confidence of a child who knows their father is near. Let me speak words that echo your kindness. Let my actions reflect your love. Let my heart be so anchored in you that nothing can shake its peace. And when I am tempted to stray, when my own desires pull me from your presence, draw me back, Lord, gently, firmly, relentlessly. Do not let me wander far. I am prone to forgetting, prone to seeking lesser things, prone to chasing after what does not satisfy. But you alone are my portion, my inheritance, my eternal joy. So let my longing be for you above all else. Let my hunger be for righteousness, my thirst for living water, my heart's desire to be found in you. Let me not waste this day on empty pursuits, on fleeting pleasures, on things that do not endure, but let me invest in what is eternal, in love, in truth, in the work of your kingdom. Make me an instrument of your peace today. Lord, where there is discord, let me sow unity. Where there is sorrow, let me be a vessel of comfort. Where there is weariness, let me bring encouragement. Let my presence be a reflection of yours, my words an extension of your grace. Guard my lips, Lord, that I may speak only what is edifying. Guard my mind, that I may dwell on what is true and good. Guard my steps, that I may not turn to the right or the left, but walk steadfastly in your way. Let the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. And when the night falls again, when the sun dips below the horizon and the world is once more cloaked in quiet, let me return to this place of communion with gratitude on my lips. Let me look back on this day and see not my own efforts, but your hand at work in every moment. Let me rest not in my own strength, but in the assurance that you have been with me from the first light to the last. For you are the God of my mornings and my evenings, the one who watches over my coming and my going, who neither slumbers nor sleeps. In you I am held, in you I am kept, in you I am home. And so, Father, as I continue in this sacred communion, let my soul remain open, my spirit attuned to the whispers of your presence. The world is still wrapped in night's embrace, yet within me, a quiet dawn is already breaking, the dawning of a deeper awareness, a fuller surrender, a richer understanding of your love that stretches beyond the boundaries of my comprehension. Even in this hour, when all seems still, I know that you are working. You are moving in unseen ways, orchestrating the moments of this day before they even unfold. You are preparing the path ahead, shaping events, aligning hearts, drawing together the pieces of a story far greater than my own. There is nothing that escapes your sovereign gaze, no detail too small, no burden too great, no longing too deep for you to touch. So, Father, I bring all that I am into your presence, not just my hopes, but my struggles, not just my gratitude, but my grief, not just my strength, but my weakness. I come as I am, for I know that you meet me in my rawest form, unguarded, vulnerable, yet never rejected. You see the parts of me that I struggle to accept, the wounds I try to conceal, the fears I hesitate to name. And yet, even in my frailty, you call me beloved. What grace is this, Lord, that you would love so fully, so unreservedly, that you would pour out mercy upon mercy, even when I fall short, even when I wander? How can I begin to fathom the depths of such relentless kindness? There is no shadow in you, no wavering, no inconsistency. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. the steady rock upon which I can stand when everything else feels uncertain. And though I do not know what this day will bring, I know that your love will be enough. Enough to sustain me when I grow weary. Enough to guide me when I am unsure. Enough to comfort me when I feel alone. Your love is my refuge, my shelter, my unshaken fortress in the midst of every storm. Let me rest in that truth. Father, let me be so deeply rooted in your love that nothing, no hardship, no disappointment, no uncertainty can uproot me. When the waves rise and the winds howl, let me stand firm, anchored in the knowledge that I am yours. Let my faith be unwavering, not because of my own strength, but because of the one in whom I place my trust. And even as I walk through this day, Father, remind me that I do not walk alone. You go before me. You stand beside me. You hem me in with grace on every side. Every step I take is known to you. Every breath accounted for. Every moment held in the hands of a God who is both mighty and merciful. Teach me, Lord, to walk in step with you, not to rush ahead in impatience, not to lag behind in hesitation, but to move in harmony with your will. Let me not be swayed by distractions, nor pulled by the currents of my own desires, but let my heart beat in rhythm with yours. And when my feet grow tired, when the path feels long, when discouragement threatens to weigh me down, lift my eyes to you. Let me see beyond what is immediate, beyond what is temporary, and fix my gaze on the eternal. For this world is but a passing breath, a fleeting moment in the expanse of forever. And I am not made for here alone. My home is with you, my journey leading ever closer to the fullness of your presence. Until that day, Father, shape me, mold me into the vessel you desire. Refine me in the fire of your purpose. Chisel away all that is not of you. Let my life be a reflection of your light, my words an echo of your truth, my actions a testimony of your grace. And if I am to bear witness to who you are, let it not be in grand gestures alone, but in the quiet faithfulness of everyday obedience, in the kindness extended when no one is watching, in the patience shown when it is undeserved, in the forgiveness given even when it is hard. Let me be a servant first, willing to love without condition, willing to give without expecting in return. For such is the love you have shown me, Lord, a love that asks for nothing yet gives everything, a love that was poured out long before I ever knew to ask for it, a love that pursued me when I did not know I was lost. How can I withhold what has been so freely given? And so, as I step into this day, let my heart be open to every opportunity to love as you love. Let my hands be ready to serve, my feet willing to go where you send me, my voice prepared to speak truth with both courage and grace. Guard me, Father, from the temptations that seek to draw me away from you, the temptation to worry over what is not mine to control, the temptation to seek approval from the world rather than from you, the temptation to let fear dictate my choices instead of faith. Strengthen me against every scheme of the enemy, every whisper of doubt, every lie that tries to take root in my mind. Let me be clothed in your armor, walking in the authority you have given, standing firm in the promises that cannot be shaken. For you have not called me to live in fear, but in power, in love, in a sound mind that is fixed on you. And when this day comes to a close, when the night once again spreads its quiet hush over the world, let me return to you with a heart full of gratitude. Let me recount the ways you have been faithful, the moments where your presence was near, the glimpses of your hand moving in the ordinary. For you are a God who is not distant, not far removed, but intimately involved in the fabric of my days. You are the author of each sunrise, the keeper of every heartbeat, the shepherd who leads me beside still waters and restores my soul. And so I trust you, Lord, with today, with tomorrow, with every breath that is yet to come. I trust you in the waiting, in the unknown, in the places where I cannot yet see the way forward. For you are good. You are always good. And so, Lord, as I continue in this sacred communion, I let my soul be still in the vastness of your presence. The weight of your glory is not burdensome, but comforting, like a soft dawn breaking over the hills, like the gentle rhythm of the tide washing upon the shore. In this stillness, I am not alone, for you are here, closer than breath, nearer than thought. Even as the world still slumbers, you are awake, ever watchful, ever present, ever faithful. You are the God who neither slumbers nor sleeps, who watches over his creation with unceasing love. Your eyes are upon me, not with judgment or condemnation, but with deep, unwavering affection. You know me fully, yet you love me still. You see my struggles, yet you do not turn away. You hear the silent cries of my heart, the longings too deep for words, and you gather them all into your embrace. What a wonder it is, Lord, to be known by you, to be seen, not as the world sees, not as even I see myself, but as you, my Creator, see me, beyond my failures, beyond my fears, beyond the masks I wear. You see the child you fashioned with care, the soul you breathed into existence with love. And so I come as I am, unguarded, unfiltered, not hiding the broken places, not disguising the weary corners of my heart. For I know that in your presence, I am safe. I do not have to perform. I do not have to strive. I do not have to earn the love that has already been given so freely, so abundantly, so completely. Father, let this truth sink deep into my soul, that I am yours, wholly and unconditionally. Let it be the melody that sings through my spirit today, the anchor that holds me steady in the shifting tides of life. Let it be the lens through which I see the world, the light that guides my steps, the peace that stills my restless heart. For if I am yours, then I have nothing to fear. If I am yours, then no trial can undo me, no hardship can break me, no darkness can consume me. If I am yours, then I am held in hands that formed the stars, in arms that stretched wide upon a cross, in love that conquered even the grave. O Lord, let me live in the fullness of this truth. Let it not just be words I speak in the quiet of this morning, but the reality I walk in throughout this day. Let me carry this assurance with me into every conversation, every decision, every moment that unfolds. When I am tempted to doubt, remind me that I am yours. When I am tempted to fear, remind me that I am yours. When I am tempted to seek worth in places that cannot satisfy, remind me that I am already loved beyond measure, cherished beyond understanding, secured beyond question. Father, you are the God of my mornings and my evenings, the one who charts the course of my days. You go before me, making a way where there seems to be none. You walk beside me, an ever-present companion in every joy and sorrow. You follow behind me, redeeming what I cannot, restoring what I have lost. How can I not trust you? How can I not rest in the arms of a God so faithful, so steadfast, so infinitely good? Yet I confess, Lord, that my heart is prone to wander, prone to seek my own way, prone to lean on my own understanding instead of resting in yours. I chase after fleeting things, forgetting that true fulfillment is only found in you. I allow the noise of the world to drown out the whisper of your voice. I let distractions pull me away from the quiet communion my soul longs for. Forgive me, Father. Draw me back. Center my heart once more upon you. Let me not be swept away by the rush of the day before I have first rooted myself in the stillness of your presence. For it is here, in the quiet, that I remember what is true. Here, in the quiet, I am reminded that my worth is not in what I do, but in who you are. That my strength is not in my own striving, but in your unchanging power. that my hope is not in the circumstances of this world, but in the eternal promises you have spoken. So let me carry this quiet with me today. Lord, let me walk in a peace that is not dependent on my surroundings, but on the one who dwells within me. Let me be a light, not because of any brilliance of my own, but because I reflect the radiance of your love. Make me an instrument of your grace today. Let my words build up and not tear down. Let my actions be marked by kindness and not selfishness. Let my heart be quick to forgive, slow to anger, eager to love. Let me see the people around me through your eyes, not as inconveniences or obstacles, but as souls deeply loved, as hearts in need of the same mercy I have been given. Let me not be so consumed with my own worries that I fail to notice the burdens others carry. Let me be a vessel of comfort, a bringer of joy, a reflection of the compassion you so freely pour out. And Father, for those who are weary today, for those whose hearts are heavy, for those who feel unseen and forgotten, may your love reach them even now. May they sense your nearness, feel the warmth of your presence, hear the gentle whisper of your voice calling them beloved. Use me, Lord, if you will, to be a part of that love, to extend a kindness, to offer a word of encouragement, to remind someone today that they are not alone. For this is the work of your kingdom, not grand gestures or lofty speeches, but the simple, faithful, daily acts of love, the unseen prayers, the unnoticed sacrifices, the quiet obedience that shapes eternity. Let me be faithful in the small things today. Lord, let me be diligent in what you have placed before me, however ordinary it may seem. Let me work with integrity, love with sincerity, serve with humility. Let me do all things as unto you, knowing that nothing done in love is ever wasted. And when the day grows long, when weariness sets in, when my spirit feels depleted, remind me to return to you, to seek renewal not in distraction but in communion, to find rest not in escapism but in your presence, to be filled again by the only source that truly satisfies. For you alone are my portion. You alone are my strength. You alone are the well that never runs dry. So here I am, Lord, surrendered once more. I hold nothing back. I ask for nothing more than you. Let my heart beat in rhythm with yours today. Let my steps be guided by your wisdom. Let my soul be anchored in the unshakable truth of your love. And as the sun begins to rise, as the world slowly awakens, as the quiet of this moment gives way to the movement of the day, remain with me. Lord, let this be more than just a prayer spoken in the early hours. Let it be the cry of my heart in every hour to come. For you are my first thought in the morning and my last thought at night, the beginning and the end, the source and the sustainer, my refuge, my hope, my everything. And so, I step into this day, not alone, not afraid, but held, loved, and led by the one who holds all things in his hands. And so, Father, as the first light of dawn begins to trace its golden path across the horizon, I remain here in the stillness, wrapped in the warmth of your presence, held in the quiet embrace of a love that never fades. The world awakens in slow, gentle whispers, the rustling of leaves, the distant stirrings of life, the hush of night giving way to the promise of a new day. And yet, even as time moves forward, I wish to linger here a little longer, to dwell in this sacred communion, to let my soul remain tethered to you before I step into the unknown of the hours ahead. For the world is restless. Father, it is filled with noise and striving, with hurried footsteps and heavy burdens, with the clamor of desires that never truly satisfy. But here, in this place of prayer, there is only peace, a peace that is not fragile or fleeting, but deep and unshakable, a peace that flows not from circumstances, but from the unwavering truth that you are sovereign, that you are good, that you are with me in every moment. Let me carry this peace with me. Lord, let it be the stillness beneath the storms, the calm within the chaos, the anchor that holds me steady when the winds of life seek to pull me in every direction. Let it be the quiet confidence in my heart that no matter what this day brings, nothing can separate me from your love. For your love is relentless, unwavering, eternal. It is the thread that has woven through every season of my life, the constant that has remained when all else has shifted and changed. It has carried me through valleys of sorrow, lifted me from depths of despair, sustained me in moments when I thought I could not go on. It has pursued me when I have wandered, embraced me when I have fallen, drawn me back when I have strayed. How can I not trust a love like this? How can I not surrender everything into the hands that have never failed me? The hands that formed the heavens, that painted the sky with light, that shaped the mountains and filled the oceans. These are the same hands that hold me now, that guide my steps, that catch every tear, that lift my face when I am weary. So I surrender, Lord, not just my burdens, but my plans, not just my fears, but my ambitions, not just my struggles, but my dreams. I lay them all before you, knowing that whatever I entrust into your care is always safer in your hands than in my own. Take my life, Father, and make it yours. Shape it according to your will. Refine it in the fire of your purpose. Use it for the glory of your name. Let every word I speak, every action I take, every breath I breathe be a testament to the goodness of the one who calls me his own. For I do not want to live a life that is small, Lord, not in the sense of worldly success, not in the pursuit of fleeting achievements, but in the depth of my surrender, in the boldness of my faith, in the wideness of my love. Let me not settle for half-hearted devotion, for safe and shallow waters, for a faith that is comfortable but not transformative. Call me deeper, Lord, into the unknown, into the uncomfortable, into the places where faith is not just spoken but lived, where love is not just a sentiment but a sacrifice, where trust is not just a thought but an action. Let me be brave, Father, brave enough to follow wherever you lead, even when the road is uncertain, brave enough to love even when it costs me something, brave enough to stand firm when the world tells me to waver, brave enough to believe that your plans are greater than my own. And when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers lies, when the weight of the world presses heavy upon my shoulders, remind me of who you are, the God who split the sea, who calmed the storm, who raised the dead, who conquered the grave, the God who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. You have never failed, Lord, and you will not start now. So I step into this day with faith, not because I have all the answers, but because I know the one who does. I move forward with hope, not because the path is clear, but because I trust the one who leads me. I walk in love, not because it is easy, but because I have been so deeply loved first. Let my life be an offering today, Lord, a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to you. Let it be a song of worship, not just in the words I sing, but in the way I live. Let it be a reflection of your light, shining in the darkness, pointing others not to myself, but to you. And when this day comes to an end, when the sun sets and the stars take their place once more, let me look back and see your fingerprints upon every moment. Let me see your grace woven through every conversation, your hand at work in ways I may not even have noticed. Let me rest, not in my own efforts, but in the sufficiency of your love. For you are my beginning and my end, my first thought in the morning, my last whisper at night, the song in my heart, the breath in my lungs, the lifeblood of my soul. And so, Lord, as this sacred hour stretches forth, I find my heart yearning to remain here, to dwell longer in the warmth of your presence, to rest beneath the shelter of your boundless mercy. Though the world around me begins to stir, Though the day is calling with all its demands and distractions, my soul longs to linger, to soak in the fullness of your love before I step forward into the unknown. For it is in these moments, in the stillness of the morning, that I am most aware of you. Here, when all is quiet, when the weight of the world has yet to settle upon my shoulders, I can hear you more clearly. I can sense the gentle whisper of your spirit, calling me to trust, to surrender, to walk in the peace that only you can give. Oh, Father, how desperately I need that peace. Not the temporary kind the world offers, not the fleeting sense of calm that comes and goes with changing circumstances, but the deep, abiding peace that anchors my soul through every storm. The peace that reminds me I am not alone, that I am held by hands far stronger than my own, that no matter what this day may bring, I have nothing to fear, for you are my refuge, Lord, the place where my heart finds rest, where my burdens are lifted, where my soul is renewed. When the weight of life feels too heavy, when my strength begins to fail, when my mind is weary with the worries of tomorrow, it is you who sustains me. It is you who speaks stillness into the chaos, who calls me out of fear and into faith, who reminds me that I am never without hope as long as I am with you. Let me not forget this. Father, let me not be so consumed with the worries of today that I lose sight of the one who holds all things together. Let me not be so distracted by my own plans and ambitions that I fail to see the greater work you are doing. Let me not rush ahead, trying to control what is not mine to control, but instead, let me trust fully, completely, without reservation, for I know that your ways are higher, your thoughts are greater, your plans are far beyond anything I could ever imagine. Even when I do not understand, even when the path before me is unclear, I will trust in you, for you are the God who makes a way where there is no way, who brings beauty from ashes, who turns mourning into joy. You are the God who never fails, whose promises are sure, whose love is unshakable. And so I surrender, Lord, not just in word, but in action, not just in the quiet of this prayer, but in the way I live this day. Let my life reflect the trust one proclaim. Let my choices show that my hope is in you. Let my words be filled with faith, my actions with love, my heart with unwavering confidence that you are at work in ways I cannot yet see. Make me a vessel of your love today. Father, let me be a reflection of your kindness to those who feel unseen. Let me offer grace to those who are hurting, patience to those who test my spirit, forgiveness to those who have wronged me. Let me not withhold the love that has been so freely given to me, but instead, let it flow through me like a river, touching every life I encounter. For this is the work of your kingdom, not just in grand moments, not just in visible acts of faith, but in the quiet, daily choices to love as you love, in the way I listen when someone needs to be heard, in the way I serve without expecting anything in return, in the way I extend grace even when it is undeserved. Let me be faithful in the small things today. Lord, let me not overlook the significance of a kind word, a gentle touch, a moment of compassion. Let me not grow weary in doing good, but instead, let me find joy in the work you have set before me. And Father, for the moments when I fall short, for the times when impatience overtakes me, when frustration clouds my heart, when selfishness creeps in, let your mercy meet me there. Let your grace be quick to restore. Let your love be the hand that lifts me up again. For I am not perfect, Lord, but I am willing. I am weak, but you are strong. I am broken, but you are the healer who makes all things new. And so, I place this day in your hands, trusting that whatever comes, you will be with me, that in every joy, in every struggle, in every moment of uncertainty, I will find you there, that your presence will go before me, preparing the way, guiding my steps, leading me ever closer to the life you have called me to live. for I do not want to merely exist. Lord, I do not want to go through the motions of life, chasing after things that do not last. I want to live fully, deeply, intentionally. I want to be fully present in each moment, fully surrendered to your will, fully alive in the purpose for which you created me. So awaken my spirit today. Father, open my eyes to see the beauty of your hand in the ordinary. Open my heart to the divine appointments you have prepared. Open my ears to hear your voice amidst the noise of the world. Let me not miss a single opportunity to love, to serve, to glorify you in all that I do. And when the sun sets on this day, when the world grows quiet once more, let me return to this place of communion with gratitude in my heart. Let me look back and see not my own efforts, but your hand at work in every moment. Let me rest, not in what I have accomplished, but in the knowledge that I have walked this day with you. For you are my first thought in the morning and my last whisper at night, the beginning and the end, the source and the sustainer, the anchor of my soul. And so, I step forward into this day, into this life, into whatever may come, held in the love of the one who holds all things together. Lord, as the hours unfold and the day stretches before me, my soul clings to you, longing to remain in this sacred communion. Though time moves forward and the world begins its hurried rhythm, I desire to carry this stillness within me, to let my heart remain anchored in your presence, to let my mind be set on things above, to let my spirit walk in step with yours. For I know, Father, that the peace I find in these moments is not meant to be confined to the early hours of morning. It is meant to be carried with me, woven into the fabric of my day, a constant undercurrent that steadies me in all things. Let this be more than a prayer spoken in solitude. Let it be the foundation upon which I build this day, the lens through which I see every interaction, every challenge, every opportunity to glorify you. I do not want to leave your presence. Lord, I do not want to step into the noise of the world only to lose sight of what truly matters. Let me walk with you today, as closely as I have in this quiet hour. Let my heart be sensitive to your voice, my spirit attuned to your guidance, my hands and feet ready to move where you call. For I do not know what this day will bring. I do not know what trials may come, what joys may unfold, what unexpected moments may shape the course of my journey. But this I do know, you go before me. You have already walked the path that lies ahead, and nothing I face today will catch you by surprise. No obstacle will be too great for your strength, no sorrow too deep for your comfort, no decision too complex for your wisdom. So I trust you, Lord. I trust you with every conversation, every task, every responsibility that awaits me. I trust you with the people I will meet, the words I will speak, the actions I will take. I trust you with my thoughts, my emotions, my deepest desires. I trust you with my fears, my uncertainties, my weaknesses. I trust you with all that I am, knowing that in your hands, I am secure. Let this be a day of purpose. Father, let it not be wasted in worry or distraction, in aimless wandering or empty striving. Let it be a day of walking in step with you, of choosing faith over fear, of extending love where it is needed most. Let it be a day of patience, of kindness, of humility, a day where I do not rush past the sacred moments hidden in the ordinary, a smile exchanged, a word of encouragement spoken, an act of service given without expectation of return. Teach me to see, Lord, to truly see, not just with my eyes, but with my heart. Let me see the burdens others carry, even when they do not speak of them. Let me see the opportunities to be a light, even when they seem small. Let me see the beauty of your handiwork in the details I so often overlook, the way the wind moves through the trees, the way laughter fills a room, the way love is expressed in the simplest of gestures. And when difficulties arise, as they surely will, Let me not be shaken. Let me not be quick to frustration, quick to anger, quick to despair. Instead, let me pause. Let me breathe in the truth of who you are. Let me remember that I am not alone, that I do not walk this path in my own strength, that every challenge is an opportunity to trust you more deeply. Strengthen me, Father, for the moments when I feel weak, when I am tempted to give in to discouragement. Remind me of your faithfulness. When I am tempted to take matters into my own hands, remind me of your sovereignty. When I am tempted to be selfish, remind me of the selfless love you have shown me. Let your Spirit guide me, correct me, shape me into the person you have called me to be. For I do not want to walk through this life unchanged, untouched by the transforming power of your grace. I do not want to remain stagnant, content with where I am, unwilling to be molded into something greater. Refine me, Lord. Strip away the things that keep me from you. Purge the pride, the fear, the doubt, the selfishness that linger in the corners of my heart. Let nothing remain that does not reflect your goodness, your holiness, your love. And as you refine me, Lord, use me for your glory. Use me in ways I do not expect, in places I have not planned, in ways that stretch me beyond my comfort. Let my life be poured out as an offering, a testimony of your faithfulness, a vessel through which your love flows freely. For what else is there, Lord? What else matters but to know you and make you known? What else satisfies but the deep well of your presence? What else endures but the love that you have lavished upon your children? And so I let go of all else. I release the need to control, the need to understand, the need to strive for things that do not last. I fix my eyes on you, the author and perfecter of my faith, the one who is and was and is to come. Let this be a day of worship, Lord, not just in the words I sing, but in the way I live. Let my every action be an act of praise, my every thought a reflection of your goodness, my every breath a declaration that you alone are worthy. And when this day comes to an end, when the world grows quiet once more, let me return to you with gratitude overflowing. Let me look back and see your hand in every moment, your mercy in every difficulty, your grace in every success. Let me rest in the knowledge that I have walked this day with you, that I have not wasted the gift of these hours, that I have lived with purpose and love. For you are my first thought in the morning and my last thought at night, the one who sustains me, who holds me, who loves me beyond measure. And so, I go forward, not alone, not afraid, but held in the embrace of a love that never lets go. Father, as the minutes pass and the day unfolds, my soul remains here, steady in your presence, longing to be filled with more of you. The world outside stirs with life, yet within me, I desire to remain still, to stay in this sacred communion where time seems to slow, where worries fade, where my heart is fully open to your voice. You are my anchor, the one who steadies me when the waves of life rise, the foundation beneath my feet when all else feels unsteady. Every breath I take is sustained by you. Every beat of my heart is known by you. Every thought that crosses my mind is seen by you. Nothing escapes your gaze. No detail is overlooked. No whisper of my soul is unheard. Let me not rush past this awareness. Let me not take lightly the privilege of being known so intimately, so completely. In a world where so many feel unseen, where hearts grow weary from the weight of isolation, I am reminded that I am never alone, not for a single moment, not in the quiet hours of the night, nor in the busyness of the day. Your presence surrounds me. Your love pursues me. Your hand upholds me. Teach me to walk in that truth today. Father, let it not be just a fleeting realization, a momentary comfort before I am swept back into the distractions of life. Let it be the foundation of all that I do, the compass that guides me, the assurance that strengthens me. If I am truly known by you, truly loved by you, then what is there to fear? What need is there for anxiety, for doubt, for striving? If my worth is rooted in who you say I am, then why should I chase after the fleeting approval of the world? Silence the voices that seek to pull me away from this truth, the whispers of insecurity, the lies of comparison, the weight of expectations that are not from you. Let your voice be the loudest, the clearest, the most unshakable. Let it drown out every other sound, every other distraction, every other influence that seeks to distort what is true. Let my heart be wholly yours today, not divided, not half-surrendered, not holding on to pieces of control. Take all of me, every longing, every worry, every dream, every fear. Let nothing be withheld, nothing be kept in reserve, nothing be locked away in hesitation. You are trustworthy, you are faithful, you are good beyond measure. I do not need to see the whole picture to trust the artist. I do not need to understand the journey to trust the guide. I do not need to know what tomorrow holds to trust the one who holds tomorrow. My only task is obedience. My only calling is surrender. My only goal is to walk closely with you, moment by moment, step by step. Let this be a day of deep trust, Father, a day where I do not question your timing, where I do not resist your leading, where I do not hesitate in faith, a day where I choose to believe, even when I do not see, a day where I choose joy, even in the midst of uncertainty, a day where I choose love, even when it is difficult. Give me strength for what lies ahead, not just physical strength, though I ask for that as well, but strength of heart, strength of character, strength of spirit, strength to stand firm when the world pushes back, strength to hold on to truth when lies try to take root, strength to persevere when the path is long, when progress feels slow, when the destination is still out of sight. Let me not grow weary in doing good. Let me not be discouraged by the lack of immediate results. Let me not measure success by the standards of the world, but by faithfulness to what you have called me to do. Every act of love, every moment of patience, every decision to trust instead of fear, it all matters. Nothing done in your name is wasted. Nothing given in love is forgotten. Shape my character today. Father, refine me, purify me, remove the impurities, the selfish desires, the tendencies that do not reflect who you have created me to be. Let me not resist the process, even when it is uncomfortable. Let me welcome the growth, the stretching, the transformation, for I do not want to remain the same. I do not want to stay in the shallow waters of faith when you are calling me into the depths. Give me a hunger for you that cannot be satisfied by anything else, a thirst that draws me deeper into your presence, a longing that pulls me away from lesser things and fixes my eyes on what is eternal. Let the temporary fade in importance. Let the distractions lose their hold. Let my heart chase after what truly matters, after knowing you more, after loving others better, after living with purpose and intention. Open my eyes today. Father, let me not miss the opportunities you place before me. Let me see the hurting hearts, the unspoken needs, the divine appointments woven into the ordinary moments. Let me not be so focused on my own schedule, my own plans, that I walk past the very things you are calling me to be part of. Let me be present, attentive, ready. Let my words be seasoned with grace. Let my actions reflect your love. Let my presence bring peace to those who are restless, comfort to those who are burdened, light to those who feel lost in darkness. Let me be a vessel, an instrument, a reflection of the goodness and mercy you have so freely given to me. When frustrations arise, grant me patience. When tempers flare, grant me self-control. When disappointments come, grant me perspective. When I am tempted to react in the flesh, remind me to respond in the spirit. Let my emotions be surrendered to you, my thoughts captive to Christ. my heart aligned with yours. Guard my mind against anxiety, my spirit against discouragement, my heart against bitterness. Let me be quick to forgive, slow to take offense, eager to extend grace. Let me be a peacemaker, a bridge builder, a source of reconciliation in a world that so often seeks division. When I face trials today, remind me that they are not purposeless, that you are using even the difficult moments to shape me, to grow me, to teach me something I would not have learned otherwise. That nothing is wasted in your hands, that every struggle can become a testimony, every hardship an opportunity to trust you more deeply. Let this be a day marked by faith, by hope, by love, a day where I do not merely exist, but truly live, a day where I do not just go through the motions, but walk with purpose, a day where I do not just speak of faith, but put it into action. At the end of this day, when the sun sets and the world grows quiet again, let me return to you with a heart full of gratitude. Let me look back and see your hand in every detail. Let me remember the moments where you strengthened me, the ways you provided, the opportunities you gave. Let me rest, not in my own efforts, but in the assurance that I have walked this day with you. You are the beginning and the end, the first thought in my mind and the last whisper on my lips, the one who sustains me, who holds me, who never lets me go. No matter what this day brings, I am safe in your love. I am secure in your presence. I am held in the hands that formed the heavens. Father, as the hours stretch forward and time unfurls before me, I remain in the depths of this communion, unwilling to move from the stillness of your presence. The world outside quickens. Voices rise. The demands of the day begin to take form, but my soul clings to you, unwilling to be swept away by the currents of urgency, by the tides of distraction that so often pull me from this sacred space. You are the keeper of my moments, the one who orders my steps, who aligns my path, who guides my every breath. In you, there is no rush, no anxiety, no need to grasp for control. You hold all things together, my life, my purpose, my future, my very being. Nothing is outside of your wisdom. Nothing escapes the reach of your mercy. Nothing falls apart when it is placed in your hands. Let me trust in that today. Father, let me live as one who truly believes that you are sovereign over all things. Let me not carry burdens that are not mine to bear, not worry over details that you have already seen, not strive for things that will never satisfy. Let my heart rest in the knowledge that I am yours, that I am held, that I am led by a love that never wavers. Teach me to be present in each moment today, to walk slowly, to breathe deeply, to recognize the sacred in the ordinary. Let me not be so focused on what is ahead that I miss what is now. Let me not be so concerned with my own plans that I fail to see the divine appointments you have placed in my path. Let me be fully here, fully aware, fully surrendered to the beauty of this day you have given. Open my eyes to see beyond myself, to notice the hurting, to hear the unspoken cries of those who feel unseen, to extend a hand to those who need to be reminded that they are loved. Let me be a vessel of your kindness, a reflection of your compassion, a bearer of the peace that surpasses all understanding. When I am tempted to rush, slow me down. When I am tempted to react in frustration, grant me patience. When I am tempted to turn inward, remind me to look outward. When I am tempted to speak without thinking, place wisdom upon my lips. When I am tempted to despair, lift my eyes to hope. When I am tempted to believe the lies of the enemy, ground me in the truth of who you are. Let my thoughts be filled with what is pure, what is good, what is holy. Let my words bring life and not destruction. Let my actions be driven by love and not by selfish ambition. Let my heart be set on things above, on what is eternal, on what truly matters. Strip away all that does not belong. Father, remove every fear, every doubt, every lingering insecurity that holds me back from fully walking in faith. Tear down the walls I have built, the hesitations I have clung to, the false comforts I have sought apart from you. Let nothing remain but a heart fully devoted, fully yielded, fully surrendered. Shape me, refine me, mold me into the person you created me to be. Let my faith not be passive, but bold. Let my love not be conditional, but unwavering. Let my hope not be fragile, but steadfast. Let my joy not be dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the unshakable reality of who you are. When trials come, as they surely will, let me stand firm. Let me not be moved by the shifting sands of uncertainty, but grounded in the rock of your promises. Let me see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to trust you more deeply. Let me walk through fire knowing that I will not be consumed, through deep waters knowing that I will not be overwhelmed, through storms knowing that I am not alone. You are the God who parts seas, who moves mountains, who speaks life into dead places. You are the God who sees, who hears, who knows the deepest longings of my heart. You are the God who is near, who is faithful, who is always working even when I cannot see. Let that be enough for me today. Let me not demand signs when I have already seen your goodness. Let me not ask for proof when I have already witnessed your faithfulness. Let me not hesitate in trust when you have never once failed me. My life is not my own, Lord. My plans are not my own. My dreams are not my own. Everything I am, everything I have, everything I will ever be belongs to you. Let me hold nothing too tightly. Let me cling to nothing that you ask me to release. Let me pursue nothing that is not in alignment with your will. If you ask me to stay, I will stay. If you ask me to go, I will go. If you ask me to wait, I will wait. If you ask me to trust, I will trust. Let my obedience not be delayed, not be reluctant, not be conditional. Let it be immediate, joyful, unwavering. Let me not chase after fleeting things. Father, let me not invest my energy in what does not last. Let me not be consumed by temporary worries, by momentary struggles, by things that will fade away. Let me set my heart on what is eternal, on loving you, on loving others, on walking in step with the Spirit. Let my life be marked by generosity, not just in material things, but in grace, in kindness, in time, in encouragement. Let me be quick to give, slow to withhold, eager to bless those around me. Let me not hesitate to speak words of life, to offer a helping hand, to extend a kindness that may seem small but could mean everything to someone else. Use me today, Lord, however you will, in big ways, in small ways, in ways I may never even realize. Let me not be concerned with recognition, with results, with measuring the impact of my efforts. Let me simply be faithful. Let me trust that you are working through every moment, every interaction, every step of obedience. And when this day comes to an end, when the sun has set and the world is quiet again, let me return to you with a heart full of gratitude. Let me not dwell on what went wrong, on what I did not accomplish, on what I wish had been different. Let me instead see the ways you were present, the moments you provided, the evidence of your love woven throughout my day. Let me sleep in peace, knowing that I have lived this day with intention, that I have walked in trust, that I have loved well. Let me rest, not in my own efforts, but in the certainty that you are still in control, still working, still holding all things together. For you are the beginning and the end, the first light of morning and the last whisper of night, the one who holds my past, my present, my future in hands that are steady, faithful, unshaken. No matter what comes tomorrow, I will not fear. No matter what the world says, I will not be moved. No matter what the enemy tries, I will not be overcome, because you are my refuge, my fortress, my safe place, my ever-present help. my unchanging hope, my unshakable foundation. Father, as the rhythm of this day continues, my soul remains in communion with you, unwilling to break away from the nearness of your presence. The world presses forward. Time does not slow. Responsibilities call. And yet, my spirit longs to remain anchored in this sacred space where I am fully known, fully seen, and fully loved. You are the one who weaves my days together, who orders my steps, who walks ahead of me preparing the way. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is outside the reach of your sovereign hand. Every breath I take is a gift from you. Every moment an opportunity to trust you deeper. Every challenge a chance to rely on your strength rather than my own. Let me not take this day for granted. Let me not rush through its hours distracted and disconnected, failing to see the beauty, the purpose, the divine appointments hidden in the ordinary. Open my eyes to the moments that matter, the people you place before me, the chances to love, to serve, to glorify you in the little things as much as in the grand. Teach me to walk in step with you, not running ahead in impatience, not lagging behind in hesitation, but moving in sync with your will. When you say pause, let me pause. When you say move, let me move. When you say trust, let me trust without reservation, without second-guessing, without clinging to my own understanding. For your wisdom is far beyond mine, your vision far greater, your plans far more beautiful than anything I could script for myself. What I see is delay. You see as preparation. What I see is unanswered prayers. You see as divine timing. What I see is obstacles. You see as opportunities for faith to grow, for endurance to be strengthened, for my heart to be refined. So let me surrender fully to the process today. Father, let me embrace the waiting seasons, the stretching seasons, the uncomfortable seasons, knowing that you are at work even when I cannot yet see the results. Let me lean into your refining, even when it is painful, trusting that you are shaping me into the person you have called me to be. Break down every barrier in my heart that resists surrender. Remove the pride that wants to control, the fear that hesitates to trust, the doubt that questions your goodness. Strip away anything that keeps me from walking in full obedience, anything that keeps me tethered to lesser things, anything that blinds me to the depth of your love. Let me walk in freedom today, freedom from the weight of anxiety, from the chains of comparison, from the pressure to prove my worth. Let me live not for the approval of man, but for the delight of my Father, knowing that I am already chosen, already loved, already enough in your eyes. Let my joy not be dictated by circumstances, but rooted in the unchanging reality of who you are. Let my peace not be shaken by external chaos, but anchored in the truth that you are in control. Let my hope not waver in the face of uncertainty, but stand firm in the promises that will never fail. When challenges arise, let my first instinct be to turn to you, not to my own strength, not to temporary comforts, not to empty distractions. When I feel weak, remind me that your grace is sufficient, that your power is made perfect in my weakness, that I do not have to carry the weight of this day alone. When I encounter others who are struggling, let me not turn away in indifference. Let my heart be soft, my hands be open, my words be seasoned with kindness. Let me be a light, a source of encouragement, a vessel through which your love is made tangible. Guard my tongue today. Father, let me speak words that build up, not tear down. Let me use my voice to bless, not to criticize. Let my conversations be filled with truth and grace, reflecting the gentleness and wisdom of Christ. Guard my thoughts, that they may dwell on what is pure, noble, and worthy of praise. Guard my heart, that it may not be swayed by fleeting emotions, but be firmly established in your truth. Guard my steps, that I may walk in righteousness, avoiding the snares and temptations that seek to pull me away from your path. Let me be mindful of how I spend this day, for it is a gift that will not come again. Let me not waste it on things that do not matter, but invest it in what is eternal. Let my time be used wisely, my energy poured out for what truly glorifies you. Give me the discipline to steward well what you have entrusted to me, my work, my relationships, my body, my resources, my time. Let me not take for granted the blessings I have been given, but use them to serve, to bless, to make a difference in the lives of those around me. And when fatigue sets in, when my body grows weary and my spirit feels depleted, let me find rest in you. Not just physical rest, but soul-deep rest, the kind that comes from releasing my burdens at your feet, from trusting that I do not have to carry the weight of my life alone, from abiding in the truth that you are enough. When the sun begins to set on this day, let me not look back with regret, but with gratitude. Let me see your fingerprints in the details, your mercy in the moments I did not deserve, your faithfulness in every breath I took. Let me lay my head down tonight knowing that I have walked with you, that I have lived with purpose, that I have loved well. Let me rest, not in my own efforts, but in the assurance that you are still working, still moving, still holding all things together. For you are my first thought in the morning and my last thought at night, the one who goes before me, the one who stands beside me, the one who never leaves nor forsakes me. Whatever tomorrow holds, I know that I will not face it alone. Whatever comes, I know that I am held in hands that will never let me go. Father, as this prayer comes to a close, my heart remains open, my spirit still lifted, my soul still resting in the presence that has carried me through these sacred moments. Though my words may quiet, my communion with you does not end. Though the stillness of this hour may give way to the movement of life, my heart remains tethered to you, anchored in the unshakable truth that you are near. You are faithful. You are always working. Let everything I have poured out before you remain not just as spoken petitions, but as a posture of my life. Let this prayer not be confined to these moments, but extend into every word I speak, every action I take, every choice I make. Let my life itself be a continuous offering, a daily surrender, a living reflection of the love you have poured so abundantly upon me. As I step forward from this place of quiet communion, I do not step away from you. You are with me in the rising of the sun, in the unfolding of the day, in the joys and the trials, in the known and the unknown. You are present in every breath I take, every step I walk, every encounter I have. And so I go, not alone, not afraid, but held in love, strengthened by grace, filled with the peace that surpasses all understanding. Whatever this day brings, whatever tomorrow holds, my heart remains steadfast in the one who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. For you are my refuge, my fortress, my shepherd, my guide, the keeper of my days, the author of my story, the anchor of my soul. And that is enough.